Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to discuss params keyword in C sharp. So let's start with an example and then we will um, discuss each use case. Let's say we have a class, public class person, and person has a method public void bio. Let's say this is a method inside person class, and bio method has some parameters. So let's say it has first name. I'm just creating these example on the go, so just to deliver or explain the concept. So don't focus on the examples, just focus on the concepts here. String last name, and let's assume we are going to print first and last name, and person p is equal to new um and here we are going to create person object and p dot bio. So this is just the construction of the example. My first name is Usman and second name is Rafiq, and let's run this. So this is just to create the base, establish the base to explain the uh, params keyword. So we can see my name is printed on the console. Now what if we don't know how many parameters should be there in bio? I know, let's say I know the types of the parameter. Let's say I can assume that those will be strings, but I don't know how many parameters are or will be required. And let's assume that those can be changed person to person, or the usability from the usability perspective where that class will be used. So it will depend on the caller class as well. So let's assume I don't know how much information will be required in the parameters in that particular scenario. Only and only in that particular scenarios we can use params, then the type string, and that should be the second thing. The whenever we use params keyword with the parameters, that parameter type would be of array, not direct. um we can't mention, we can't add a parameter with params keyword as a single value. It should be an array. We can't use list or any other generics type or collection type. We have to explicitly use array as input. So I know the types of those parameters will be string, but I don't know how many parameters will be required or necessary. So I will mention params string of array, and I can, let's say, name it information, right? And that's it. That is a required use case of params, right? And here we need to now use um, information of 0 and information of 1, right? So let's again run this now. and the output will be the same. So as we discussed, params keyword will be required whenever the developer uh, don't know about the number of arguments required in the method, so they can use params keyword. Along with that, the type, so type will be required, and we can mention it as array, whatever type is there. So we can use any of the primitive data type here instead of string as per our requirement. And inside that method we can utilize those the array items as indexes, so we can pick those array items by their indexes, right? And whenever we will be calling, we can pass as many as strings, as we mentioned param of type string here. If it would be int, we need to pass the integers as many as we can or required, right? So that is the beauty of params keyword. It will let you pass unlimited number of parameters in a method, right? So that was the use case, and now few rules, right? Let me write those on the top of the main method. um the params keyword will only be used with array. Next, params uh, type of argument should be last in the list of argument. What I mean by that, we can't put any argument or parameter after the params type of parameter, right? So it will get the error. So the this one should be the last in that list, right? So that's it. So that was the second rule. Third rule, we can't initialize it. We can't pass default value. What I mean by that is we can't do this or this. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, right? We can't pass default values to params type of parameter. And what else we have? What else we have? Yeah, I think that's it. So that is the very required rules for using the params keyword. I hope you understand now. And whenever you don't know the number of arguments or number of parameters required for a method, just go for params keyword. Let's say for a starting point of implementation, let's say at least as soon as you got clarity how on the number of parameters, you can change it in the future. But just to pass the whenever we implement a library, we write a set of tests as well. To get those use cases or tests passed, we need to write some unit test. And in that particular scenario, whenever we don't know the number of parameters, uh, we can rely on params keyword. So that was all for this discussion. I hope you understand now. In case of any confusion or query, do ask in the comments. Till the next video, bye bye, keep coding.